first topic I'm going to talk about is that the producer of Pirates of the Caribbean franchise is saying that the sixth movie is going to be a reboot. I'm so happy to hear that because I love the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but the sequels I was not a fan of. It's like the Matrix franchise to me, where I love the first Matrix movie, wasn't a fan of sequels. To me, the Pirates of the Caribbean sequels got convoluted. It just got too like ridiculous and wacky. And just for me, and for me personally, there was just too many pirates in the sequels. It got to a point in the sequels where you just had so many characters and everybody just backstabbing each other constantly. You didn't really root for anybody in the sequels. And the biggest thing for me is that the Jack Sparrow character. I love the Jack Sparrow character in the first movie. Felt like in the first movie, the character felt like a pirate you'd be scared of, while at the same time still being fun. But in the sequels, they made him just a bumbling idiot just a drunken idiot in the sequels. It felt like they just let Johnny Depp do whatever he wanted in the sequels, and they just leaned way too in to the goofy side of the character to the point where I never took Jack Sparrow as a threat anymore in the sequels. He just seemed like he was just an idiot all the time, and he got lucky because of dumb luck. Because in the first movie, he didn't feel like he went by just luck. Like I said, he felt like a threatening pirate in the first movie. Like you couldn't tell whether he was the smartest or dumbest pirate. In the sequels, they just made him just a complete moron and just bumbling, drunken idiot in the sequels. Overall, I didn't like the dressing they took to Jack Sparrow character in the sequels. To me, he was a great character in the first movie, and it just seemed like they just amped up how dumb, like they just made him dumber in the sequels. So I personally would be fine with it. Like I said, I didn't like any of the Pirate of the Caribbean movies after the first one, and I just got tired of the Jack Sparrow character. Pretty much in the second and beyond, it just went. For me, like Dead Man's Chest and beyond, it just felt like I was just not a fan of just what they did with the character in the sequels, the Jack Sparrow character. To me, he's a great character in the first movie, and it just, like I said, they made him just a bumbling, drunken idiot in the sequels all the time to the point where. Like, I miss the Jack Sparrow from the first movie. And for me personally, I wanted to see them just do a reboot and start over and introduce and have some new characters now. Like, I know some people would say, well, Jack Sparrow was the face of the franchise. Can you do one without the Jack Sparrow character? Yes, he was the most popular character. But to me, his character just, like I said, he got less interesting in the sequels. Where I personally just don't really want to see a movie with Jack Sparrow anymore. I want to see new characters now. So I wanted them to do a reboot. I'm definitely down for just a reboot now. The next thing is that the first reactions for the new Omen movie came out, and actually pretty positive now. I remember in one of my past videos I talked about what I thought of the trailer, and I said, the trailer actually looks interesting. I think I saw it was an Omen movie a long time ago, but it's one of those movies I feel like I need to go back and rewatch again. I haven't seen any of the other ones. But the reactions are saying this is actually a roadie entry in the franchise. That is pretty scary. And this does make me a little bit more interested. This still isn't I think it's being called like the first Omen. This still isn't a movie that's on the top of my list this year when it comes to like being excited for it. But this does make me a little bit more interested. So maybe I'll check it out. But it's good to hear this movie getting first reactions for fans who love. I know The Original was like a cult classic for a lot of people. Again, I need to go back and definitely rewatch The Original to see how I feel about it now. I remember liking it, but not loving it. But this does make me a little bit more interested in this movie. Like I said, I have some interest in it. It's still not at the top of my list after the reactions. Like it's still not one of my most anticipated movies, but it makes me a little bit more interested. The next thing is that there's a post going around that the actor who played the detective character in Scream 3. That was kind of that got together with Sydney. Ned Campbell's character Sydney at that in Scream 3. It was saying with post going around that it sounds like the actor who played that character is going to be back for Scream 7. And I would love to see his character back because we only saw his character in Scream 3. I haven't seen him since then. Like I know he wasn't able to do Scream 4 because I think they had to do a schedule and stuff. And they don't reference his character at all in Scream 4. I know in Scream 5 they reference the fact that Sydney is with that character from Scream 3, the detective character. And I personally really liked this character in Scream 3. I think him and Ned Campbell had good chemistry. and he kind of had a little bit of a dark side to his character with everything he's seen as a cop. And I just also think that, look, if you like, you reference him in Scream 5, like, to me, they clearly show that his character and Cindy are together, and obviously they show she has a kid in that movie that they're going to. I feel like that was maybe a hint that they were going to bring the character back. So I would personally love to see his character back. I like this character a lot in Scream 3, and I will. I think it would add definitely something new to the franchise too, with the idea of just like where his character is at after Scream 3. And I feel like if you're gonna bring Cindy back and you reference the fact that he's with Cindy in Scream 5, to me it's like, okay, I think they were set up to bring him back. So I hope this is true, and I hope his character is back in Scream 7. The next thing is this, I thought was just funny. The Winnie the Pooh sequel, Blood and Honey 2, has a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes with the critics and 80% something with the audience goers. The reason I'm talking about this as a subject is because I actually am surprised by the score for this movie on Rotten Tomatoes. I haven't seen it, but from the reactions, it's basically saying it's not fantastic, but at least an improvement over the first one. Like, I know the sequel had a bigger budget, and I have no desire to see this movie in theaters. But I will admit, the reactions and the score on Rotten Tomatoes is definitely higher than what I thought it would be. And it's one of those movies maybe I'll check out when it becomes available streaming and on digital, but I have no interest in seeing it in theaters. But it's just, I would say I'm surprised by it actually has like a decent score on Rotten Tomatoes. I would have thought that movie would have gotten slammed based on how bad that like the first movie is. Still doesn't make me really interested to check out the sequel. Like I said, I'll check out when it comes available Disney and streaming, but still doesn't make me interested to check it out in theaters. And that's all the movie topics today. Until next time, movie fans.